Shalom Aleichem, everybody. Hope all is well. This video is sponsored in honor of Shalom ben Chaim ve'Olga. May his neshama have a complete aliyah. May his soul be elevated to the highest degree when he'll be right back here with us with the coming of Mashiach. Because as we know, when Mashiach comes, Hashem will resurrect the dead and bring us all of our lost ones back to us. Why is the third temple going viral? This idea of the Beis Hamikdash Shlishi, the third and final temple, is a topic that is going viral. What is going on? Why is it so famous? Well, we have to understand that this is part of the purpose of creation, just like the coming of Mashiach. The coming of Mashiach goes hand in hand with the building of the third and final temple. The third and final temple is the home of Mashiach. It is the synagogue of Mashiach, as they say. The synagogue of the world. It's the dwelling place for God in this world. What we have to understand, my friends, that the reason why God desires this world is because He desires a home in a physical place, a place where we have to choose Him. There are many, infinite, countless godly realms above. We know that we're in the lowest of all realms. We're in the lowest world. And above us, there are an infinite amount of worlds, each world being infinitely more connected than God than this world in terms of their revelation of God. But in truth, there's nothing else besides God. And just this physical, lowly world is just as connected to God as the ones above. And in fact, in a certain aspect, this world is the most connected, so to speak. Why? Because this is the world that God desires the most. This is the world that we get to choose God. And when we choose God, we're setting the stage for the coming Mashiach and the building of the third temple. And this will facilitate, this will cause a revelation of God infinitely greater than all the worlds above. Right now, before Mashiach arrives, this world is infinitely more hidden from God. But that is so we have free will and so we can choose God. And when we get this godly revelation, we will get to experience an infinitely greater revelation of God than all the other worlds combined. Why? And in fact, this world causes revelations in the higher worlds as well. Why? Because it's like, imagine you have a best friend. You have three best friends. And then one of their best friends gets taken away from them. So of course these two best friends are still together and they're best friends and they're infinitely at this moment closer than the other lost friend. But when this other lost friend comes back to them, he'll have an infinitely greater excitement from them than the other friend. Why? Because they were gone, they were hidden from him, and now they're reunited. So to us, and how much more so. We experience the hiddenness from Hashem. So when Hashem reveals Himself to us, it will set the stage for a much greater revelation of God than any other realm. And this is connected to the building of the Beis Hamikdash. Why? Because the building of the Beis Hamikdash is the connecting piece, the gateway between heaven and earth. This is the place where heaven meets earth. It says in Tanya that everything that exists in this world exists in heaven as well. But in heaven, it is in a different form. However, the Jerusalem of heaven and the Jerusalem of earth are directly adjacent to each other. What exactly does this mean? It's hard to understand, but it means that Jerusalem and the Beis Hamikdash are the closest place to heaven, and in fact they are the place where heaven flows into earth. And this was specifically done at the greatest point through the Beis Hamikdash. How can we do this? The Rebbe gives us a remedy to speed up the building of the Beis Hamikdash, and this is actually my most viral video on YouTube with over 70,000 views to date, Baruch Hashem, where it says that when you learn about the laws of the Beis Hamikdash, you learn about the structures. For example, you learn about the Leviim that will guard, the Levites that guard the certain areas of the temple, and the Kohanim which serve in different areas of the temple, and you learn about the different structures, that there was a room with an everlasting light, a constant light, the Ner HaTamid, and you learn about how the Kohanim would immerse themselves in the ritual baths, and they would purify themselves before serving, and they would wake up at a certain hour, and how the whole structure would work. When you learn about all these details, the laws of the Beis Hamikdash, the Rebbe says you are building the Beis Hamikdash. So in fact, by learning about the laws of the Beis Hamikdash, you are building the Beis Hamikdash. So if you go on Chabad.org, and I'll in fact add a link below in this video to teach you, to give you a link to learn about the laws of the Beis Hamikdash. When you do this, you build the Beis Hamikdash. So again, in honor of our holy sponsor, Shalom ben Chaim ve'Olga, may he have an aliyah neshama. You too may also sponsor the Torah channel. Please email me, or you can donate at the link below to help sponsor us, to help bring us the support we need to expand. We are trying to expand the Torah channel. In fact, we are already expanding the Torah channel, and we're growing at ever-expanding rates with Hashem's help, of course. Please be a part of our mission to help spread God's light into the world. Thank you so much. May Hashem bless you all. May we experience this revelation today with the coming Mashiach, where we'll get to feel God's presence. Basically, this is not just a building. It's not just a nice feeling, a nice spiritual place, but rather it reveals, it causes God's essence to be connected to us. What does this mean? It causes us to connect to God Himself, beyond the level of our Himself. Through this, we will experience a revelation of God, where the Rebbe says our eyes will see God. Our eyes will literally see godliness throughout the world. We'll get to see our Master. May Hashem bless you all. May we experience this today.